Roman period Herod's temple. Again, we don't see anything of Solomon's temple, the first temple, more of the second temple. Beside the wall on the corner, there is an archway. This archway was part of a bridge. There is another section of it below the house, the building, a new archway, known as the Wilson's Arch, named after the archaeologist Wilson who found it. It was a special entrance to the royal family, VIP guests, priestly families, that they would go into the temple and out. The masses, the pilgrims who came from the south, entered and left from the southwest corner. You could see that there is separation between the men's section to the left side and the women's section to the right side. Some of the women, you notice that they are backing up, and then they will turn around as a respect sign to the wall. They will not finish their prayers and give their backs to the wall and leave. They will walk up to a certain section, backwards. There's a lady still walking backwards. All the ladies are doing, some of the men are also doing it. When we give you the chance to go to the wall, you will see that people have written their prayers, petitions, and placed them inside the walls. Twice a year it is collected. Jewish New Year and Jewish Passover. And placed in jars and buried on the Mount of Olives. Now, if you forgot to bring the petitions and prayers, don't worry. With modern technology, www.westermall.com, God has an email. God has a fax number. God has an address. I've seen envelopes. God, Jerusalem, Israel, the postman brings it here and they place the prayers in the wall. If it's written Jesus, Jerusalem, Israel, it goes to the Holy Sepulchre. And the camera is up above over there. You see the dish antenna? Below the dish antenna there's a small window and a bigger window. It doesn't function Jewish Sabbath or Jewish holidays. This is at present the most holiest site, although the most holiest site is the temple, but according to Jewish law, no one, I repeat, no one is allowed to go on the Temple Mount. Although secular Jews or some groups of the religious Jews would go on the Temple Mount. Why the religious law prohibiting people going up the Temple Mount? Because they don't know the site of the Holy of Holies, not to desecrate the site. And this entrance section, the bridge, wooden bridge, is usually the entrance to go up the Temple Mount. Not on Fridays, not on Saturdays, it's closed. And there is strict security going up. You notice, you saw some of the men with the black uniforms, the black hats, the skull caps, below the skull cap, the physical world, above the skull cap, the spiritual world. Now, sometimes you see them with the fur Cossack hats. Because of anti-Semitism was high in Eastern Europe or Russia, they camouflage themselves to look like the locals. It doesn't have any religious significance. They would still wear the kippah, the skull cap, under the fur hat. And they're quite expensive, these fur hats. Also this, I call them El Capone hats or the gentleman's hat. In Western Europe, they're also quite expensive. You will notice when we give you the chance to go to the wall, you could see some of them with a prayer shawl on them. So when they pray, they would cover all their bodies to put the separation from physical and spiritual. And you will see the phylactery, the tefillin, wrapped to the left hand, up to the forehead. Why the left hand up to the forehead and there is a box here? The left hand is nearer to the heart, to bring the mind and heart closer to God, to show their affection. And the box up above is the replica of the Holy of Holies. And in it there is the writings from Deuteronomy, the Shema Israel Elohim Echad. God is great, God is one, believing in the monotheistic faith. There is another religious item that you will see here. Can you see the strings hanging out? These are the tzitziot. He has strings all over, more than 160. Each is a vow. Now, each is a vow. Some of the laws of Judaism, they cannot keep. The sacrifice has been abolished since the temple was destroyed, or the pilgrimage going up the Temple Mount. It's difficult to keep all the laws. Here they would have the swearing in of young soldiers, likewise they do it on Masada. Here also the bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah, preparing Jewish boy, Jewish girl for manhood or womanhood at the age of 13. And twice a week, on Mondays and Thursdays, they have bar mitzvah celebrations here by the wall.
Dicko, I have a question.
Questions?
I've noticed this several times for women when they won't look at you, they hold their hat in front as they walk by. What's that about?
Question has been asked why, when the religious Jews pass by you, they would either put a hat or a book. They don't like to be photographed.
Oh, is that what it is?
Why? Photography is images. Thou shalt not put any images in front of you to worship.
I thought
Now,
you didn't want to see us.
No.
Okay.
Simply, that's the main reason.
Okay.
Now, you could see the Hasidic groups coming now with the black uniform, the black beards, the side beards. These are all signs of mourning. They mourn the destruction of the temple, the first and the second temple, the destruction. And praying for the rebuilding of the third temple. Can you see that below the hat, he has the skull cap?
Oh, yes.
Now, what I suggest, any more questions?
Yeah, what are the...
They don't shave the beards, or they would not shave completely their original hair. These are all signs of mourning. They mourn the destruction of the temples, the first and second. So if they play with it, it gets curly. You like the curls?
What are the two Jewish holidays, the Jewish names for the holidays, Passover?
There is the Yom Kippur, which is the most holiest day, the Day of Atonement.
Okay.
Jewish Rosh Hashanah, the Feast of Tabernacles, Shavuot, the Jewish Passover, Jewish New Year. Time-wise,